Thank you for coming along in my craft space. Open up my mixed media / collage glue book, just everything kind of book that I pulled together, and I've already done one spread. And I just wanted to come up here and do some fun gluing, mixed media. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm going to pick this area. I was cleaning out one of our file folders. I'm going to keep this plastic sleeve. I'll use it for something somewhere, not today. And I have this. This was from something that we bought a while ago, a chair. And I thought I could use this on here. I'm just going to start gluing down. It's been a while since I've done some mixed media, like a dedicated page, so I just really felt inspired. And I've got another number here. I'm going to use this one. Enjoying the beautiful early morning birds. They are so fun. This is a long scrap piece of paper, and I think I'm going to use it. Actually, I'm going to keep it a little bit more neutral. I think I'll use some of that. I should have got this ready, but I literally just came up with the camera and sat down. We'll use some of these fun things and just glue them down as a base. Hope everybody is having a wonderful morning. Little pieces that are just kind of forgotten and lying around. And so this is what is going to be the base. And this is what started it when I was cleaning out one of our file folders. So just brought it upstairs, sat down, and I kind of work with no plan. The plan is no plan. This is I'm going to be using this, an old letter. I probably should have made it smaller because now I'm thinking it's going to be too large on here. Maybe not. I think I can go down this way. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it into two pieces. there's my base. Just going to use some gesso, and I'm taking it right out of the bottle. Going to add it in a few spots. Okay, 4 spots. And I'm just going to spread it around like icing a cake. I think these are dry, and feels dry to the touch, so that's good. I'm going to add some paint now, my next layer. So the first layer was just my scraps. I'm using up all the paints that I have in my drawer that's located right beside me, my trolley. Spread that around. And I think for this one, I'm going to use this tool. Well, that's a lot of paint. That's really opaque, and that's not what I wanted. I did a little bit of a heavy hand here, so I'm going to rectify this because I want to see some of the papers underneath. I'm going to let that dry. I'm taking a wipe, and I'm going to see if I can take some of this off, and I can. Okay, this is a great method. I like it. So the gesso really helps here, I believe. I just didn't think this paint was going to be, I put way too much. It looks like a really big blobby mess. That's more of what I wanted. Now I'll let that dry. I'm going to add a little bit of my antique white just for another layer. Very, I'm going very easy with this one. So now I've got the paint on the top of the knife, the spreader. So now I'm going to put it on this side just a little bit more. Not making the same mistake I did with the sachet pink. It looks like nothing, but it will be something in the end. That's the fun of not knowing where this is going. Just an extra layer. brighten it up a little bit more. The fun thing is, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking if I was to do this in another page, even with the exact same ingredients, it would turn out different because they would be placed differently. I have no amount or set pattern that I'm doing. I have lots of white space up here, which is great. Maybe want to add a little bit more. My next step is a stencil, and this is a stencil that I purchased from Sean Petite, and I'm going to use these little flowers, and it's called Living and Growing, and it's a 6x6 size. So I'm going to put some texture paste over here. Not necessarily the whole page. I'm going to go and bend it this way a little bit. What about up here? I'm going to do it like this. Okay, everything's dry, and now I want to do some paint dripping. I was actually inspired by my own video that I had done using it was the fairy page that I did it was a collaboration, and I can link that video below. But I was looking at my own video, just getting some inspiration as to maybe some different steps. Let me just water down a couple of paints and use those. I should be using watercolor, but I'm just going to do that. And oh yes, the other thing is I have this left over. This is the only piece of my own stamped scrap tissue paper. I'm going to use some of that. And I will also be using, which is actually my inspiration for the colors of the added watercolors. I have this napkin that I had purchased at the dollar store quite a while ago, and I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to be taking that apart and using that. And look at the colors. That was not planned. This is what I'm going to try and get some drippings from, and I think this will work out okay. Just have to get lots of water on here. Very drippy. The other thing I can do is use my spray bottle to help it along. There it goes. Just let that drip a little bit. And I think I'll just go into the blue. Maybe that'll give me maybe I can combine them. Because in this napkin, we have blue and pink birds. more water over here. Sort of put the page where you'd like your color to go. Oh, I have my coffee. I'm just getting rid of the puddles. Some little marks like that I don't mind. It's a bit of a muddy mess now. I could have left it. It's okay. So what I'll do is I'll just tap off. Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm just starting to place some of my light scraps of my tissue papers. I had this on this little portion on the end here, and I'm going to, this is not vintage, but I just like the print, and I like the fact that it's on some tissue paper. And I also found some words that have been kicking around for quite a while, so I think I'm going to use, look at this one, Wings of Whimsy. And so I've got the birds here. No, up here. I'm going to put them up here. Once we attach it, these colors are, again, I said not planned. The package hadn't even been opened yet. I've been concentrating on using up all my scraps. Well, now I have more scraps because I have the other part of the napkin. Oh, this is so relaxing, especially with the birds outside. Now, I think probably what I should have done, I'm fighting a few little bubbles, but that adds to the texture, so I don't mind that, as I should have put my medium down first. And that's why the glue stick probably would have been really good, and then just seal it with this. But it's still working out. What I could do here is just dismantle it, take it apart. I put Adventures up here so you could say Vintage Market Adventures. And then down here, Wings of Whimsy. And I like the way it ran. Okay, everything here is dry. And I'm going to go with the watercolor pencil, the brown. It doesn't have a color on it, 124. I'm going to try this one and see if I can get some kind of definition on the, yeah, that's going to be good. That's what I want. Just like to do this. I hope you have a try at something maybe that you don't do all the time. I love doing this kind of mixed media art, and I think I should try it more often. Actually, that's why I did start this book. I've decided to cover the birds up just at the last minute. And I think what I'll do is I will add a little bit of dark big blobs. I do have one more thing that I wanted to put on, and that's going to be a stamp, the date. And then I'll put 24 because my dates are, the date is finished. Here's the finished spread for today. Thank you very much, everyone. I love the way all the layers came together, and I also really like the way these little scraps of words happen to be right here, and the colors all blended in. I think they look very whimsical, and I love that word because I think all my art feels like that, and it's just a fun way to express ourselves. I hope you have some inspiration today. Always be adventurous and stay fresh. See you really soon. Bye for now.